You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us too. Playing around without a clue. On the edge, cleaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. Had to convince my friends this time. Think you're toxic to my mind, but I know they don't know what you're all about. The way you hold my body tight, staying up talking through the night. Yeah, I know they just don't. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. I need more of. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. I might go too fast. I don't care about those limits. 'Cause I want this to last like nothing ever lasts before. I might go too fast. Suddenly I feel so rich. No, I don't know a thing. Oh, I but it feels like I know you. We love the same things. You want a house in Malibu. Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about me? I'm having a hard time not doing anything other than thinking about you. So are you thinking about me? 'Cause I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. 'Cause I've been thinking about you. You said, baby, I'm not feeling it lately, but I hope we can be friends, don't you? You said maybe if things weren't so crazy, I could love you like I used to do. Then you kissed me goodbye and wished me the best in life. Said you needed some time to figure yourself out, but I knew right there you would come back here any day, just to tell me you regret everything you said on the day. 'Cause I know that you came. You say you feel so well without me. You say you feel so good without me. Then why you hit this bar alone, thinking on your own?
I want to turn it down. Typical Tyreek says no upbeat songs today. I don't know. You guys, did you notice I was like totally flustered? Not flustered. I don't get flustered. All right. I don't get flustered. But I was definitely not ready. I was definitely not ready for today's stream. So, but we're ready now. We're ready now. I got to fix my audio here. I got to be able to hear. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, hello everybody. Oh, we got some fun people in the crowd today. I got to give a quick hello and super big shout out to FH Umpires, which stands for Field Hockey, by the way. Field Hockey Umpires. Love her channel. Love what she's doing. I'm not a field hockey coach, but she does great things. She's a big live streamer. I see her in comments all the time. But anyways, glad that you are here today. It's great to see you over here hanging out with us. Is it Keely? I feel like it's Keely. I feel like that's her name, but I can't remember. It's kind of eluding me right now. But yes, so hello everybody. I love it. If you have questions today, definitely put a Q in front so that I can find your question in the lovely queue of comments. Super excited that y'all are here hanging out with me live. This is going to be a good one today, so we're definitely going to have some fun. Before we get started, as I always say, this stream is definitely powered by Streamyard. So I'm using Streamyard. As you saw if you watched my countdown, wrong one. I hit the wrong button. I have a different setup though. So while I'm using Streamyard, okay, I am using OBS Studio, meaning the virtual camera. So that's how I'm able to do some of these things. Some of you saw me literally changing the starting soon. So it's got a countdown on it. I can actually move that around, redesign it as we're going. So that's what I was doing. So I always like to make sure everybody knows that because I am using StreamYard. This is definitely powered by StreamYard. You can do overlays, videos, all that stuff, but there are a few limitations to it as of right now. They have had so many amazing features come out, crazy features. And I don't know if any of you all saw that, but definitely check out StreamYard. You can actually get your free trial of the professional plan, which gives you all the features, including ones that are getting ready to come out there. So that's my partner link down there. Go check that out. You can sign up for a 14-day free trial. Give it a try. Lots of stuff. They just came out with a new feature, y'all. They actually have a lot of new features that are getting ready to come out. They've come out with a ton of them. We've already covered all those recent features. You can catch that replay over on my channel. It's definitely, we did that a couple weeks ago, I think. But they just came out with a new one. Slides. You can now upload So down with when you share a screen, right? So if you go to share screen, you can also, so share screen, when you see a screen, yada, yada, sharing screen number 1 over here. Now you have right there. That's what that looks like, right? So I'm sharing what's on my first screen over here. That's what you see. But you can now, when you go down and you select share screen, you also have an opportunity to upload. Are you ready for it? PowerPoint slides. Yep. You can upload PowerPoint slides. You can also upload PDFs, and you can also currently upload, I say upload, but you're not really, it's just really pulling it together, Google Slides. So this actually is a game changer for a lot of people that are using one monitor or they're on a laptop and they want to share, images and they want to scroll through them, but they still want to be on screen with those. So, usually you would open the PowerPoint on your other screen, you'd have StreamYard open over here, and you would share the slides over and you would present that way. Well, now you can actually upload them right into StreamYard. And here's what's cool. You can upload more than one file. So you can have multiple PowerPoints, PDFs. So if you want to do image slide shares, things like that, you could convert it to a PDF and you can do it. I'm actually going to be talking about this tomorrow on the StreamYard channel on my weekly show that I do for them, the Ask StreamYard show. And we're going to be talking about different ways to display images. But I'm basically going to break this down and cover how you can use this new feature. This is the newest feature that just came out. Another new feature, which I don't think I have yet. I'm just going to check though. Not yet. No, not yet. So the other one that is coming out is virtual backgrounds, which is really pretty cool. Let me fix something really fast. Maybe. Nope, that is not the problem. Okay. I'm back. Sorry, squirrel. So literally, the virtual backgrounds is the next one that's coming out. And what is virtual background? Virtual background is going to be where you can actually not have to have a green screen. So if you have a green screen, like in Zoom or anything else, you can change your background. In fact, Zoom already has this feature, Teams, Google Meet, where you can just change your background. You don't have to have a green screen. You are soon going to be able to do the same thing in StreamYard. Now, this uses artificial intelligence, so you want to make sure you are contrasting with your background so that it's going to be crisp and clear. I don't think blurred backgrounds is going to be a part of that just yet, this version, but it's coming. So there's more features coming. There's so many more features coming for sure. So hold on. I got to give another shout out. I got to give another shout out. We got a new subscriber for sure. So you know what that is. We got Smackdown Outdoors in the house. I can't help myself. Okay, so here's the deal. Thank you, y'all. I am on my way to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are a newer subscriber, like field hockey umpires, Smackdown Outdoors, yes, definitely say you are a newer subscriber hanging out with us here. We're going to be having some fun. I'm about to get into the good stuff soon, but I always like to give a little update on StreamYard and what's going on. But the virtual background, as Smackdown Outdoors was saying, it's not quite available just yet. It is. You may have it. You might have it. So they're rolling it out. I don't have it yet. I mean, you'd think I'd have it, but I don't know. So okay, so here's the deal. That's going on. There's more stuff coming. My favorite thing that I can talk about, because they talked about this on their town hall a couple weeks ago, is what's called pinned comments. I'm so excited about this because if you guys hang out with me, you see that all of you are so great. You're all awesome in the comments. You're engaging with me. You're commenting. You're talking to each other. I absolutely love it. But when I do Q&As, I like to, grab those questions. Well, soon I will be able to literally select a comment inside my studio and put it in a queue. And then I can go back to it. So I can do that myself. I can have somebody hang out with me backstage doing it for me, where then I can just go in and say, okay, it's time for the Q&As. Let me go back to who's got the next question in line. And boom, there it is. So I can be talking to you in the comments and seeing what's going on with everybody here. Like we got Annette here from Purple Paisley Planner. Hello, Annette, for sure. And then also we've got Let me see. Doug Mattice is here over watching on Facebook. Super excited to see you here live. Doug's been a while. Crystal's very excited about pinned comments. Yes, this is going to be huge, especially for anyone, like I said, that's got a lot of engagement in their streams and you are having a hard time keeping up with the comments. It can definitely be really tricky. This is going to be an amazing feature that I'm super stoked about. So anyways, lots of cool stuff coming with the Streamyard team for sure. So in fact, for example, I saw CK had a question up above, which I'm going to go to as soon as I'm ready, I'm ready to get to that. But I got one more announcement, and because it's timely and it's really important. I don't know if you guys saw last week's show, but Luria Petrucci was on the show last week, and she came on and she talked about, the impact of live video and what live video has done for her and why she loves live video. A lot of the same stuff that I talk about because I love live video too. But she also announced that she's putting on her first virtual summit. And that summit takes place on January 12th through the 14th. It's a 3-day summit. And you guys, this lineup is massive. It is amazing. Obviously, I can't fit everybody on here. I totally wanted to show off that I am also a speaker at this summit, so I'm super honored to be a part of this summit. I will be speaking at the summit, but I wanted to let you all know the reason why I wanted to point this out is because literally there is a 40% off cyber sale, an early bird sale that ends tonight. That actually ends tonight. You're going to get 40% off your ticket. So I'm going to put my link in the comments here. So if you're watching over on YouTube and on the Facebook page, you will see this comment. Also, it is absolutely up in the description where you're watching this video. So definitely check that out. I just put my link in the comments. That's a 40% off sale to get you all 3 days access to the lineup is crazy. I showed you a few speakers. Literally, we've got my girl Amy Porterfield on the show. That is Pat Flynn right there. Harris Heller, who I talk about all the time. I use Harris Heller's music a lot of time. Daryl Eves, Michael Stelzner. The Roberto Blake. We got Stephanie Liu. We've got all kinds of people. They're going to be talking about, here's what this summit really is. The summit is all about leveling up, but leveling up and earning money. It's about making money because so many people are using videos, they're creating videos, they're doing all these things, but they're not necessarily aligning their content with their overall business strategy. So this summit has everything from how to find sponsorships for your shows, how to find products, companies to send you products for you to do reviews, affiliate stuff. It's all kinds of that, but it's also about growing your audience, working with your audience, using live video to build relationships with your audience so that when it's time for you to launch something, promote something, that they are going to buy. Now, this is not the only thing. There's going to be so many other things that are going to be covered in this summit. And so huge lineup, tons of people. Molly Mahoney, Nika Stewart, who sometimes she's a subscriber who hangs out with us as well. She's going to be talking about short form content. There's so many things about growing your list, growing your audience, growing your business. And of course, live video and video is one of those huge used ways that you do that. So this summit's all about it. Luria wanted to do something very different. And so what she wanted to do is she wanted to create something that is essentially where you will walk away with actionable steps. She's like, I don't want this to be some pomp and circumstance where you come out of the conference and you're all jazzed up for 3 days and then you go back to your normal schedule. Literally, everyone will have a personalized action plan coming out of this conference, no matter where you are in your journey, whether you are a beginner or whether you've been doing this for a while. So I know some of you in my audience watching are absolutely, you've been streaming, you've been creating content, but you're like, I'm ready for this to do something for me. It's fun, I enjoy it, but hey, it'd be nice if I could also earn a living, quit my 9 to 5, make even more money, do even bigger things. Maybe you need some clarity around how many businesses you need to form, how many YouTube channels you need. Should you split off with, other things? All the things, she's going to cover all that stuff. So all this conference is huge. This is going to be a big deal. It's very affordable. It is a virtual summit. You can sit in your pajamas. You can sit in your coffee shop. You can sit and put it on the big screen. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. So I wanted to let you know that offer ends tonight. So I had to say that. I wanted to get that out of the way so that y'all knew. My registration link is in the description. As a speaker, I am an affiliate for this program. And so if you enroll through my link, you will be supporting me and the channel. And of course, I will be forever grateful, of course. But even if you don't register through my link, please, please, please consider this program. And if you have other people hanging out, watching, do it. What are the hours of the summit? Great question, Kimberly. I believe they are, I believe they're like 10 a.m. I think it's 10 a.m. to like 6 p.m. or something like that. I could totally look that up. Just wear pants, CK said. Hey, you don't have to wear pants. No one's going to see you, right? It's not a Zoom call, right? So it's not a Zoom call. Okay, so I believe that those are, I believe it's 10 or 11 a.m. is when everything starts every day. Luria is out on the West Coast. And actually many of these speakers, including Pat Flynn, Michael Stelzner, a lot of them are out on the West Coast. And so I believe that's one of the reasons why it's happening beginning a little later. Just kind of a common thing with virtual summits is that it's, for us, we're on the Eastern time zone. And I know Kimberly, she's actually here in my community. So she's Eastern time zone as well. Awesome summit. Please go check that out. Again, my link is up in the comments and you'll get 40% off. That ends tonight. So after tonight, you won't get that discount anymore. It's a steal in my opinion. It's a total steal, especially with that discount for this amazing broadcast. So yeah, CK is being funny. Quit. You're going to confuse everybody, CK. What's up, Sammy Superstar? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you in the live in the comments. I always like seeing Sammy Superstar hanging out with us. So, all right, are y'all ready? You guys ready to jump in? Let's do some Q&A because I really want to jump in, help everybody. Because here's the thing. I don't know about you, but I can't freaking believe that it is almost December. What? This is like not even okay. December came, it is here. I can't believe what's happened with this year. It's just totally nuts. So here we are. We're at the last month. And I know a lot of people start to get anxious this time of year because they are starting to feel like they have to cram certain things in that maybe they were planning, or they start to feel this weird feeling of, I didn't get to all the things I wanted to get to. I said I was going to change. I said this was going to happen. I said that was going to happen. And they sort of get stuck and they struggle. They get that guilt and shame and all that stuff. And then they sort of shut down. I don't want anybody shutting down. Nobody needs to be shutting down around here. But what I do want to know is what is it that you're trying to accomplish? So listen, I do a live Q&A every week. I do a community chat. This is what this is, where we come and we hang out. A lot of times I come in and I kind of have a specific topic, or I'll do like a mini training or something. And today I wanted to make sure I reserved as much time as possible to talk to you guys and definitely go through whatever questions you had. So, whoa, hitting my microphone. It's craziness. Yeah. Robin's egg blue. I always do that. Robin. I always say Robin, or I don't even think it's Robin. I always say, yeah, it is Robin, isn't it? Robin's. I always say Blue Egg Creations. I get this backwards all the time. Egg Blue Creations. REBC. REBC. She said, I feel like I just flipped the calendar to November yesterday, and now it's time to flip it again. Yeah, and pretty soon it's going to be time to buy a new freaking calendar, right? It's craziness. Okay. I've got to say hello to Farmer Brad. Farmer Brad's here watching live. Farmer Brad is actually part of our Facebook group. So a lot of new subscribers here hanging out with us today and watching us on the stream. So if you are new, I'd love to know that you're new the first time you're catching me live. But I also want to make sure that you know about my Facebook group. So I have a Facebook community, DIY Marketing with Melanie. A lot of people in the comments hanging out with us today are part of that community. This is a great place where we are just DIYing it together. So, if you're a do-it-yourselfer figuring it out, doing all these things, which I'm sure you are, then maybe you would want to consider joining this group. It's a totally open community. Feel free to post questions in there, help each other, support each other. We are streaming into that group as well, of course. So definitely, if you're new, then come hang out and join us over there. And I do have to say, I am so grateful. Where are we? Let me just do a quick check, because I know I hit 900 overnight. We hit 900 subs overnight. We're on our way to 1,000. We're at 908. So 908, we are going. We're doing well here, everybody. Y'all have been so amazing and supportive. And so we're at 908. We have 908 subscribers right now on the channel, on our way to 1,000. I think it's a stretch goal, but I also think we can do it. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is a stretch goal, because that would be 92 more subscribers, and that's in a month. And I think that would probably be my largest subscriber month that I've had. But one thing I've noticed about YouTube, and any of you CH umpires, if you're still watching, you as well, then definitely let me know what you think too. I definitely feel like this process of the growing the subscriptions to your channel, I should turn off the dancing parrot. We're done celebrating. As you're growing your channel and you kind of go through these like, I don't know it's like getting to 100 is like, oh my gosh, it's like climbing a steep hill. And then you might be one of those people, if you're like me, where you had a video perform really well and it like just all of a sudden threw you in front of a bunch of new people and they subscribed to your channel. That's kind of what started happening to me, but I really wasn't creating content. And so now, once I started streaming regularly, but then also going and being out on other people's shows, I started bringing new community members in. Many of you are familiar with me. You've seen me over on Streamyard. You've seen me over on Live Streaming Pros, those channels, of course. But every time I do something like that, I get kind of a new wave. But what's happening is the waves are getting bigger each time. And so even though I've never had 90 subscribers in 1 month, I think it could happen because it's kind of just, do you like this? Like, do you like what I'm doing? Like, you kind of know what I'm doing here, right? Like, it's like waves. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. It's like waves. So that's what's happening. And I think we can do it. I think we can definitely get there. James, my friend James says, I have a plan to get you to 1,000. I want the right subscribers, right? I want the right subscribers, right? Crystal says, if you're watching on Facebook, go subscribe to the YouTube channel too. Yeah, if you're watching on Facebook, that means you're a follower. That means I'm a good fit for you. Definitely think about considering watching me over on YouTube for sure. It definitely matters. So Rob Thomas is new to the channel. We have a celebration for Rob. There we go. Rob, that's for you, my friend. Thank you for subscribing. Glad that you were here hanging out with us for sure. So definitely, Caleb says, I always thought it was like 10,000. You know, I got to say, what's up, Caleb Sampson, by the way. Literally, I get that a lot, but hey, I'm just still the new kid on the block over here. We're just having fun, having a party. We're getting there. So FH Umpire, she is saying, yes, her ratios, she loves her ratios right now. So good. I felt like that was kind of what's happening. I wondered if you had experienced the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to jump in and answer questions, but I had to say I just appreciate everyone so much. I wanted to say that and make sure everybody knew for sure how I'm feeling right now. I definitely, like I said, want to make sure the right subscribers come. So James, I'm not saying James would do this. I'm just saying, don't just start sending randos, right? We don't want randos. I want the people that they're here, they want to learn, and they want to learn how to be scrappy but not crappy and have some fun and make their dreams come true in 2022. So that's what we're going to do. So, all right, good. I'm glad, Rob, that you liked that. I'm super excited. Yes, I love being over there on the StreamYard content. It's a lot of fun. SmackDown Outdoors also on their way to 1,000, right? SmackDown Outdoors, super awesome channel, by the way. If y'all like fishing, CK, you should go follow. I think you already did. Fishing, outdoor stuff. They have a really cool, it's virtual ice fishing show, but they have vendors come in and talk about stuff. It's actually, I love what they're doing. It's a really great example of watching people use StreamYard to collaborate, bring guests on, and like also do a podcast. It's really, really, really good. Crystal, you should go check them out too. So SmackDown Outdoors, Crystal Profit here. She's our resident podcasting expert that we have here as well. So Billy, I see that you just joined as well. Hello. All right, I got to do the right thing. And it's time to start getting to some questions. Let's do some Q&A. It's live Q&A time, my friends. Let me scroll on up because I did see some questions early on in the stream. So I want to make sure I get to those. Now, if you have a question, put a Q in front of it, like I said, because as I do this whole scroll up thingy, it's easier for me to find your questions. So, okay. I think CK had a random question. Yeah, here it is. Just out of curiosity, how often you get your hair cut? My hair grows so fast. 2 weeks, sister. Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, this is getting cut. By the way, quick tech check. I made a couple adjustments to my camera. So by the way, speaking of hair, it's a little fluffy. Speaking of tech check, so I actually changed a couple settings on my camera. So I'm using a Sony a6100 with the Sigma 16 millimeter f1.4 contemporary lens. That is why I get this blurred background. I did make a couple changes. I made some changes to a couple settings because I felt like I always feel like I'm super red. So I actually changed the color settings a little bit. I just feel like there's too much, it's too warm, my camera. The other thing that's happening that you're noticing is that because I did change my camera angle a couple months ago. And when the sun shines, it comes in. I swear when I did this, it was like never happening. And now every time I streamed, like the sun is like coming in and like the heavens are shining down my staircase. So we got to figure that out. Might be making more changes, of course, because I don't love that variable. I talk about this a lot, that I love you having a standard studio setup, meaning, all right, I'm going to go create videos. Here's where I sit. Here's where it is. You will find that you will make way more videos if you have it set up where you're just walking in and hitting some stuff, turning some things on, and voila, or you're ready to go. That's what I recommend. If you have to use natural light for your lighting source, then you're going to find you are going to run into some variables. You may need to make adjustments. I always try to eliminate anything with natural light, but I also am limited on the layout of my downstairs. So we're dealing with that. The ray of sunshine definitely throws things off, but that's another thing that I have to keep in mind with my camera settings. So kind of a weird thing. What else did I change? Oh, did I tell you guys that I got, I now have the low profile arm from Elgato. So this is pretty slick. So you see how low that is? It goes under my monitor, which is what I prefer because I still have my other microphone. This thing is all over the place. I still have my Shure microphone, which I use for podcasting. We're running into some issues. I'm trying to troubleshoot. When I use that microphone and I start sharing my screen, makes me sound like a robot. We're still troubleshooting what's going on there. I actually think it might be my interface. Don't know. Not sure. Don't care. But I had to show that off because CK's got another question. She said, what kind of damage did you do during Black Friday and Cyber Monday? I did do some damage. So I was on Luria's stream on Friday. We were doing a Black Friday special over on her channel, and I bought something that, in my opinion, is a game changer in the world of live streaming. So out of everything that I get asked about stuff all the time. What camera are you using? How'd you do that? What'd you do there? How'd you share your screen? I get questions almost every time. What mic are you using? But the question I get a lot is, wow, your picture looks amazing. How did you do that? Well, how did you get your background blurry? What camera are you using? And so I bought another one of those lenses. So I'm using, as I mentioned, the Sigma 16 millimeter f1.4. So it comes in this really fancy looking box. I actually think they could work on their packaging. It's pretty boring. But Sigma is the brand of the lens. This is actually, I haven't even opened it yet. Because while I was live with Luria on camera, we were doing these Black Friday things and we pulled up the lens because it's the lens that she uses as well. And we were both literally like, oh my gosh, like what? So I was like, I'm buying that right now. She's like, me too. Didn't even have a camera for this lens. I was like, I'm eventually going to get a second Sony camera. So I'm just going to get it. It was significantly on sale. So that was my Black Friday purchase. Now notice keyword. Notice the keyword I said was didn't have a second camera. Oh, do you see that? Do you see that? That, my friends, is the Sony ZV-E10. This is Sony's response to what I like to say the Canon M50. This is a vlogging camera, but also they have absolutely responded and have made it better for live streamers. But there's awesome things about this. I literally went and got this today. Now, was this on sale? No. It was not on sale. And because I'm a very impatient person and semi-impulsive and, borderline ridiculous, I'll say that, they didn't have the body only in stock. In fact, it's like back ordered everywhere. So I spent an extra $100 and got a lens I don't need. So it came with the kit lens. I already have one of these because when I bought my Sony a6100, I did the same thing. I actually bought it with that lens because I didn't plan on upgrading my lens. But yeah, so now I have two of these lenses. So those are going to be on for sale pretty soon. But yeah, so that's the damage I did. So I got a second camera. Now, my current second camera is actually my Canon M50. So I'm using it's the original Canon M50. So this is non-clean HDMI. I'm using the Canon Webcam utility app to essentially use that. Now, I will probably be selling this camera now. I cannot justify at this time in my life, in my storage, and in everything else to have 3 high-end cameras. I don't think I need them. So I will probably be selling my Canon M50 camera with that kit lens soon. I do love the Canon. I personally love the menu. I like how it's, there's a lot of things about it I like, but I am going to get a better picture using the Sony, and I'm probably going to end up making the Sony ZV-E10 my main camera, and then I'll be using that A6100 that you see here over as a secondary camera. So yeah, that's what I got for you. That's what I got. That's the damage I have done. There's no buyer's remorse. Nope. No buyer's remorse. None whatsoever. 0 buyer's remorse. None. Nope. Not happening. Not happening. As long as I keep talking myself out of buyer's remorse, right? Laura actually is saying, is anyone doing Vlogmas? Is that a YouTube group thing or just something people do? CK did Vlogmas last year. So Vlogmas, I had to look this up. Vlogmas. It's kind of like Xmas. Is that what the Maz is? It's like Christmas, Xmas, but Vlogmas. And really what it means is you do a video every day. Is it like the 12 days leading up to Christmas? I don't know. I think people do it different, but it's really just like it's not a particular thing. It's just a thing that people do on YouTube. It's a YouTube thing, I think. So yeah, you can look it up what Vlogmas is. CK did it last year. I'm not sure if she's going to do it. Oh, I'm catching up to comments. She said, yes, it's Keely. Yes, I got it right. Fantastic. I try. Everyone here knows that I try really, really hard to remember names, especially when y'all have different, handles and stuff. So Caleb says, are you still using Ecamm or OBS for the countdown timer? I have never used Ecamm actually, Caleb, because I am on a PC. And so I actually use OBS. And so OBS I'm using OBS, but I'm using the OBS virtual camera. And then when I open up StreamYard, then I am selecting OBS virtual camera as my webcam. And so everything you see on the screen, is what I'm using OBS for. I'm controlling over on OBS. And so if I share my screen, once again, which I took down for some reason. So here is what that looks like. So you notice here, that's the OBS platform. So anything I do, if you watch my little webcam on the right side or the left side of your screen, then you'll notice that's what you'll see. So I have different scenes set up. Brio, so that's my behind the scenes webcam that will eventually hopefully become an over the top webcam. And then we've got the Canon, of course. But what I do is for my countdown, so I have the countdown, I have my cam link, so that's my Sony camera. And then I also have a countdown timer on here. Now there's some other settings with that timer that I did. I literally made this timer in Canva, and then we used we removed the color from it, so it made it transparent. I did that in OBS. So this is all done in OBS. And so that's how you're able to see that. Now I also have programmed the buttons to change the scenes in OBS to my Stream Deck. That's how I'm able to use my Stream Deck to switch those camera angles. And so that's what I'm using. I've actually never used Ecamm because, again, I'm on a PC. This took me a minute to learn, but it is doable, and it actually you can do a lot of fun things, including that little celebration thing I did. That is actually a multi-function button I did in my Stream Deck to play a sound effect, and of course to change my scene in OBS to the overlay with me dancing and the confetti. So that's what I'm using. So that's the setup I've got over there. So definitely. Crystal said, I feel like each time you go live, I've got a different setup. I am constantly tinkering. This is true. No, but we aren't going to talk about that. We're okay with that, aren't we? We're okay with that, right? Okay, I'm catching up on comments. I got to move faster. Okay, let me check this out. Yes. Okay, so y'all are liking the new feature in StreamYard. So, okay, let me catch up to you guys. I got to scroll down. Here we go. SmackDown Outdoors says, who do we send suggestions to at StreamYard? So actually, if you go to StreamYard.com /contact. That's just on their contact page. They actually have a form that you can fill out. And that is where they want all your feature requests to go. Any kind of updates, feedback even on features. So I know that they are definitely looking for feedback on a lot of these new features that they've released. But that is absolutely where you can go and submit your ideas. Now, also one thing I always tell people is even if you think an idea has already been submitted, submit it again, because the more people ask for it, then they will pay attention. For example, this latest feature of being able to upload PDFs, being able to upload Google Slides and PowerPoints directly into Streamyard and control those slides in Streamyard is something people have been asking for over and over and over again. Hotkeys, which you can now program hotkeys, which are really just keyboard shortcuts, and you can use your keyboard to do certain things with Streamyard as well. And then you can also program those to your Stream Deck if you have a Stream Deck, which has been asked for at least a year and a half. And again, over and over and over. And then they finally responded and made it happen. So definitely don't feel like you can't. Don't feel like oh, that's already been asked, I won't submit it. Submit it anyway, right? Lance, hello. Lance, he says, what desktop tripod do you use to get your webcam to eye level? So I'm actually using it's not a desktop tripod right now. I'm actually using a Manfrotto, it's a regular camera tripod. And you can kind of see it back there. If you see right here, it's literally just on my desk right behind my monitors, which these monitors are mounted to a new system that I put in not that long ago. So you remove the actual stands. And these, I don't want to do it right now because I don't want to bump my cameras. But I can move these monitors all over the place. I can change them like this. I can change the angles. I mean, I can do that. See, I'm going to bump a speaker. That is definitely the next. You can kind of see it back there, the arm. But anyway, this one I can probably go up with. But I can come closer to me, and then I can go up, all that. God. They're finicky, so I want to keep them right. But my cameras currently, both cameras, you see my Canon over here and my Sony right here, those are both currently mounted they're on regular tripods. And I don't like that. And I also don't recommend it unless you need to be able to move the stuff around. And the reason I don't recommend it is because like I said, I have to be very careful because they're on tripods. They're not affixed to my desk. I'm going to pull up something because Lance might be asking this question for a reason. They make systems where you can actually clamp. They're just, they're different systems that clamp onto your desk, and they are literally a tripod. I'm going to pull one up for you guys really quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to pull up the Elgato one because this will give you guys some ideas about what's available to you. I like to show this stuff because literally people don't realize these things are out there. So this is the Elgato Master Mount. And you notice here these different brackets. That's just the telescoping version. But see this here? You can actually have different attachments to it, and they will make different angles. And so you can actually arrange it. So as you can see here, it's kind of showing you a potential, it's coming down, so a top-down view, a bird's eye view. They clamp to the desk. They also can come with bases. But as you can see here, you have the different things that you can attach that'll actually make it move around. So you can literally do right here where it is mounted to the desk and it's just coming straight up. So that might be what Lance is asking about. I know a lot of people that have this system and they love it. So because it does give them options to change it later. One thing you can also do is that a lot of people will also mount their cameras to an old boom arm. So a boom arm is a mic arm, right? But if you can get a little attachment so that it will fit into the bottom of your camera, either your webcam or your camera, and then you can literally move the camera around just like I can move my microphones around. So some people do that as well. The one thing you have to do with that is you have to make sure that you're using the right kind where the camera's not gonna be too heavy and then the boom arm won't hold and all that stuff. There's a lot of options out there. Amazon has a ton of product options. I was at the camera store today picking up my camera. They did not really have any good. If you go to a camera store, they're not gonna have these types of things. One of the things that I have at least discovered is that those specialized mounts for cameras for streamers, they aren't really in stores. Maybe where you are, maybe if you have a B&H photo somewhere near you, you might be able to find something. But for the most part, you have to look online for these types of accessories. I personally, that is going to be one of the next things I do is buying that because I don't like my cameras being on tripods because they can fall. They can fall really easily, but Lance did comment that the camera is at my eye level. That is where you want it. That is definitely a pro tip. They also make mounts that you can attach it to the top of your monitor, but if you're using a mirrorless camera or a DSLR camera, it's typically too heavy and it's not going to work. But if you're just using a webcam, you could stick it right on top of your monitor. Okay, cool. Let me see here. I got to get caught up on these comments with you guys. Let me just check in on you now. Wait, what? Okay, James, what you getting at? What are you getting at? What are you getting at? Okay, yes. Okay, so back to the Vlogmas thing. Sammy did Vlogmas last year too with Doc Rock. That's right. I think Doc Rock, his name also Sean Boyd, he does I believe that he also does a group. He does create a group and he makes it. Yeah, so CK said it's basically a daily vlog. So yeah, for sure. Make sure you keep those questions coming, everybody, for sure, because I'm definitely want to get to these questions for you guys. For sure. So Sammy says, sell that lens that can get some money. Yeah, I'm going to sell both of them. I have 2 of the same stinking lens for these Sony cameras, and I'm not probably going to use either one of them. So let's see. Okay, let me see here. I'm kind of laughing because, SmackDown says not as much damage as SmackDown, what all did you get? I saw SmackDown Outdoors. They were in Luria's stream and we were talking about stuff for them to get. You got hooked up with, you got a bunch of stuff, didn't you? I mean, I dropped some money. I know that, but for sure. You can always make a little canopy to that staircase. I have already thought about, I need a temporary, sheet that I just put over my door. It's my door. It's the light coming through the door and then the big window above my door too. So, one of those things. Okay. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to scroll up because I know I saw some more questions and I like to try to answer your questions in order. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any, right? Okay. So let me check this out. Okay. Okay. So if I get to a question and you have already asked one above it and I didn't answer it, then resubmit the question for me. There's one. The Artist Haven. What is up, sister? Welcome back to the stream. She said, how do you get on other live streams without being all pushy? Oh, I love this. So this is actually a really great question. In fact, Crystal, who's in our comments today, she's got a lot of great content about podcasts and pitching yourself to be on other people's podcasts. It's kind of a similar balance. So here's the thing. I will tell you that I don't typically ask to be on other people's shows, but I do get asked. In fact, I get asked by people and I say no to a lot of people, merely just because I want to make sure that the audience is a right fit. I also want to make sure that they're the kind of person that I'm going to mesh with, and also just time. I have time constraints. I can't be everywhere all the time. And then the last thing I'll say is that sometimes the season I'm in that's not really the right time. I may say, hey, I'd love to be on your show, but I can't do it this month. I can't do it next month. Can we do it in the fall? And so I like to think about what seasons are you in? Are you in a season of growth where you're trying to grow your email list? You're trying to grow your followers? Being a guest on other people's show is a great way to do that, as long as that particular host is okay with you basically promoting that, meaning your channel. Maybe you're offering, a free email upgrade. When I say I'm getting that all jacked up. What I mean is a content upgrade, meaning hey, I've got a free checklist. Just go to this link and you'll get it. Well, that's them opting in to get on your email list, right? And so as long as the host is okay with that, if you're in one of those seasons or months of hey, my strategic goals this month are to grow my audience, then that's what you would want to make sure your strategy is. Now, if you have, let's say, coming in January, you're going to be promoting something, maybe launching a workshop, launching a course, maybe launching a membership, or you're going to have a whole new slew of products that you're going to sell and have available, whatever it might be, a virtual summit, whatever it might be, then you would want to look at the schedule and be promoting ahead of that in advance. You don't necessarily want to be a brand new person on somebody's show and they don't know you, their audience doesn't know you, and you have something to pitch to them. It's probably not going to be effective because, as we all know, people need to warm up to you before they're usually going to buy from you. It needs to either be a slam dunk, like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. This timing is perfect. And they get that quick, like that customer journey of like, know, and trust is fast. That can happen. But for the most part, people kind of need to hang out with you for a while before they decide they want to buy from you. So be working backwards on that. So that's how I'm like kind of selective on when and how I go on other people's shows. Now, if it's somebody like Luria and she's like sending me a text like she did Friday, she's like, hey, do you want to come on the show today and talk about Black Friday stuff? I'm like, heck yeah. I totally I didn't schedule anything. It was Friday after Thanksgiving. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like so much fun. So totally said yes, right? You're going to have those types of situations too. But as far as like approaching people to go on their show, I say a couple things. You definitely want to make sure they are somebody that you have been following. I also highly recommend that you be engaged in their content for a while first. Someone is a lot more likely to say, hey, come on. Yeah, that sounds great. Come on the show when you've been in the comments, they kind of recognize you versus you're just some random person who just kind of comes in and cold pitches them. You're going to find that there's a lot of people pitching out there. There's a lot of people. I know Crystal, we talk about this all the time. She gets like multiple emails a day from people who are trying to pitch to be on her podcast. And 90% of them she just deletes because she has no clue who they are. It's some executive assistant sending her an email. Like there's definitely a way to do it. I personally think that get warmed up to them first, especially if you're kind of new. If you're new to doing this, then get warmed up with people. Our other friend Heather Sager calls them slam dunks. Who are some people that you know are going to say yes because you have built a relationship with them? Find those slam dunks first, get that experience under your belt. And then what you're going to see, here's what happens. This is a ripple effect that happens is somebody sees you on their show, somebody else's show, and they're going to be like, oh, so I'm going to have her on my show. And that's kind of what happened to me is that once I started going on other people's shows, all of a sudden people started coming to me and they were saying, hey, I'd love to have you on my show. Well, why did they do that? Because they've seen me on other people's shows and they know that I do that. And so they're more likely to approach me. You're more likely to get people to approach you once you start showing up in other people's content. And so find those slam dunks first. Who are some people, either some peers or some friends, or people you've been, in the comments, been watching their show, supporting their community, maybe answering questions, in a community like a Facebook group or something, or even just want to say in the community, in the comments of the shows, be showing up first. That's definitely going to get you. You're a lot more likely to get their attention when you do come across and you're able to say, I'm going to come on the show. The other big thing I'll say is just be super helpful. Be out there, be helpful, help people in the comments, helping the community, because then they kind of know how you can serve. That's a big thing. Now, the last thing I'm going to say, gosh, this could have been a mini training. My goodness, this is a really great question, and it really does kind of go deep. The last thing I'll say is make sure, and I know the artist Haven, I know that she's creating regular content. Make sure you are showing up in your own content as well regularly, especially live. This is one of the biggest reasons why if live video is not part of your strategy yet, it needs to be in 2021, because you are going to find that you are going to be able to get those guest appearances, because if they can get a sampling of you live, then they're a lot more comfortable having you on their show live. And that's a big, big thing. I still say to this day that the reason Streamyard approached me and said, hey, we want to have you on our Tech Talk show, and then they kind of came further, is because I was on Luria's show. And the reason Luria asked me to come on her show is because she was a mentor of mine and we were in the same circle. We had been, we were actually both contractors for Amy Porterfield at the same time, helping with a big project for about a year. And then also, she just was around. She saw me. I was in her comments all the time on her own shows. And so she knew me. She was familiar with me. She was able to see my stuff on my own channel. So then she was like, okay, she's going to be able to show up and deliver for my audience. And so she asked me to come on her show. And that's how that happened. But then the ripple effect was, oh, she was on Luria's show. That means she does guest appearances. We'd like to have you on our show. You did a great job on Luria's show. Then people say, hey, I saw you on the StreamYard show. I'd like to have you on my show. Blah, 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 da, 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 da. And you never know. That's what happens. Next thing you know, Artist Haven is everywhere. She's on everybody's shows. There you go. That's how that's going to happen. That's how I want it to happen for you, for sure. SmackDown Outdoors. SmackDown Outdoors, I think you're still here in the comments. I hope you're still watching. If SmackDown Outdoors, if you're here, which by the way, let us know your name. There's a few of you, but I think there's a main person. He has people on his shows. His show is a collaboration show. Definitely want to know what your thoughts are on that. How have you gotten people to come on your show, but also have you been a guest on others? James Hicks has done a lot of collaborations as well. Would love to hear from you. The same thing. Crystal, obviously, if you have anything to chime in about, please chime in about that for sure. I definitely want to know how that happens. So definitely let us know, or how that happens, what your thoughts are on all that stuff for sure. So there you go. Good question. That was a really, really good question. Okay, keep the questions coming. We can hang out a little longer here for sure. So, okay, sweet. Oh, sorry. Did you get the Sigma lens for Sony or Canon? For the Sony. I got it for the Sony. So that's the one I got, Sammy, which is why I'll be selling my Canon. And that's why I got the ZV-E10, because now I have it for me, right? Okay. Okay. I'm catching up right now. All right. So SmackDown, Sigma lens, ZV-E10. So yeah, same thing I got right here. All sorts of in the field camera gear, Me headphones and other things. Yeah, these are the Me headphones that I can't remember. Amazon has shown up about 20 times since Friday. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the new stuff in action for sure. Definitely going to be a lot of fun over there. Okay. Rob Thomas wants to know, what's the name of the low-profile arm made by Elgato holding the mic, and what mic are you using? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Let me pull it up here. LP, it's like the Elgato LP mic arm. This is the arm. I'm going to, I'm trying to get better about this. So this is the Elgato LP mic arm. Let me jump in here. Let me grab it. This thing is, it is $128. I will say, do not pay more than that, because I saw this on, okay, it says usually ships within 1 to 2 months. I bought mine directly from Corsair, and I got it like within a few days. But be careful about the price you pay on Amazon, because it is a high demand item. And so what's happening is that, what's happening is that they, when things are like out of stock, sometimes the prices fluctuate on Amazon depending on the supplier. But I got mine directly from Corsair, and it came like within a week. So it's like $130 basically. But this is the, I'll pull it up here. So this is what it is. So it mounts to your desk. Now this is the part that's low profile. I just put my Amazon link in there. So that's my affiliate link in the comments. This is the difference between this arm and, let me see if it's going to pull up, and this arm. Okay, so this arm right here, notice how much taller that is, but also notice it has a joint here that angles. All right, so my arm does not do that. This arm is fine, but it is going to be higher off the desk, and it can, as you can see, go up and down. That's essentially the way it's designed. So this part back here, right here, will let that thing go way up in the air and then maybe over a monitor or be up high, kind of like my my Shure microphone right here. So you notice that thing? You can kind of see it. Oh, how about I make that screen big? So the other Elgato microphone is going to do more of that kind of thing. So you need to decide which style that you want. And I like the low profile because, again, I want it to go low because I already have this big old thing over here. I got enough stuff in my face. I wanted that thing to come underneath. And so there are two mic arms made by Elgato. So those are the differences. So if you want something to go up high, be able to go up in the air like that, you want the regular one. It is a little cheaper. But then if you want that low profile one, then just make sure you get the one that has LP. Where'd it go? In the description. I already lost it. There's so many mic arms out there, but it's in the description. So there it is, low profile. So as you notice here, it does not have a hinge right here. That is a huge difference. It does have a hinge right here. So you can, go underneath, but then you can also, as you can see there, rise it up. So that is the difference between those two arms. Very, very significant difference. Now, the microphone I'm using right now is actually the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. There is also a Wave 1. Both microphones are amazing. As far as the internals, I don't think there's a tiny bit of difference in the hertz, which I don't know enough about audio to even describe that to you. Sammy Superstar probably can. But the other big function is that the Wave 3 comes with controls right on the microphone. So like I can I can unmute it as well. And then I can control the gain and everything else right in front of me on this mic. And the gain, of course, is going to make me sound a lot louder. And then, of course, I can go a lot lower. So that's the big difference between the Wave 1 and Wave 3. But they both come with the Wavelink software, which is an application that is essentially a virtual mixer. And that's how I'm able to play music and play sound effects like you hear me playing. I use Epidemic Sound, the subscription service for those sound effects and the music that I play in my countdown. And that's what those are. And so now the Wave 3 is on sale, I think through today. I think it ends today. Let me look here and see if I can figure out. So you definitely want to make sure you also buy the mount for it because it's going to just come with a stand. I'm looking to see what best price. Oh, it's on sale for $109. Yeah. And I don't, does it have an expiration on that? I don't know. Let me just get this link for you. They are in stock. So this is the Wave 3. I highly recommend it. I love it. It sounds great. It can be a great podcasting microphone. You just have to be a little bit closer to the microphone. It has an amazing internal pop filter, which I talk about all the time. I love. Let me put that in there. Sorry, I just put that in the comments as well. So this is on sale right now as well. So the Elgato Wave 3 is this mic. So that's the one I'm using. It's so you see here where it says equipped with Lewitt. Lewitt is a amazing manufacturer of microphones. It's basically a Lewitt microphone inside of this plastic case. I love it. It sounds great. It's a USB microphone, so it's super easy to use. You'll literally plug it in and it sounds amazing. Literally. But again, the biggest thing for me is that it comes with the Wavelink app, and that is this application right here. Oh, I forgot to stop my music. So I was able to see that my music was still playing, but again, you did use the fader, but I can see that it's still playing. I can actually like literally mute it. I can do whatever I want right here. I can fade it back in. That is, in my opinion, this was why I bought the microphone. Literally this application. I can play sound effects, as you heard of the snap. So I can play all those things right here, all programmed into my Stream Deck. So I have a lot of Elgato products and I like how they all seamlessly work together. So that is, in my opinion, the big differentiator with this microphone against other USB microphones. So great question. Hopefully that answers the question for you for sure. So that was a long-winded answer. I'm trying to get better. So here's what's going on, everybody. I'm trying to get approved to be an Amazon influencer or whatever so that I can do Amazon Live. I want to be able to do that. I really, really, really want to. Pretty sure I have to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, but they need to see traffic to some of my existing stuff. And again, I mean, that's really what we should be doing. That's another thing that's going to be talked about at Luria's virtual summit big time is how to monetize, how to make money at that summit. So that Expand Your Reach Summit, of course, again, it's going to be all about it. And that is one of the things that's going to be covered is how to get comfortable with letting your audience use your links and to support you, so if they learn about something from you, then why not? And I always try to find a creator out there too. If I know what I'm going to buy, I try to find a creator out there and use one of their links so that they get that, 5 pennies for the $100 I just spent or whatever they're going to get. So every little bit helps for sure. So, okay, let me, see what I can figure out. So I see a bunch of comments in here and I want to get to if you guys have more questions. Okay, so Robin's Egg Blue Creation said, my overhead camera mount is a clothes rack built around my craft table. It's scrappy, but it's not crappy because she's getting it done. I absolutely love it. So I definitely love it. She said, I have my webcam mounted to a floor lamp pole. I had to move my camera off the table to eliminate shaking my camera when being creative, i.e. standing. Yeah, so that is another thing to keep in mind when we were talking earlier about how I have my camera mounted, it's on a tripod on my desk. You could also use a regular camera tripod as long as it was tall enough to go on the floor, on your floor behind your desk, and then it's not going to be on your desk. So literally, if I shake my desk, right, then my camera is going to move a little bit. I see this a lot when people use webcams that are on a monitor or on a laptop, and literally they're like doing this the whole time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get sick. So if you are on a surface where you're going to be moving around a lot, then you might not want to mount your camera to your desk for that reason for sure. I always say try not to be too noisy because that can create problems too. But another benefit to having a boom arm that is a higher quality boom arm instead of like one of those $20 ones you can buy on Amazon is that it's actually going to help absorb the vibrations from your desk when you're typing on a keyboard, when you're typing things, even clicking a mouse. There are streamers out there or people that are live streaming, and I can hear them clicking their mouse. Like it's like ding, 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 ding every time they do something on their keyboard or their mouse. And it's like, oh, it's because those vibrations are coming through the cheap boom arm, or they didn't buy a boom arm. So if you look at this, again, this Elgato microphone is going to come with this mic stand. You are probably going to hear some vibrations. However, I will say that internal pop filter, that it also comes with some internal, like just the way it's manufactured, it's really good about absorbing vibrations. So this microphone is exceptional. In my opinion, it's the best USB microphone in this price range that you can get. I mean, period. There's a bunch of others, but it is the best one in my opinion in that price range, for sure. Okay. So John Connor says, will StreamYard ever add a feature where users can have all of their music and sound effects in one place as opposed to using an audio management application? John, that has definitely been requested. And I will say that they are working on background music. They are actually working on having background music right inside of StreamYard. I do not know if you will be able to customize that background music or if you will have to use some of their just whatever's preloaded in. So, but they get this question a lot about audio. But you also have to keep, I don't know if they will be able to add a lot of functionality around this, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One, they are going to be limited from a browser-based application. Also, they try really hard to keep the code really, really structured. When I say code, I mean the architecture of the actual application, the code, the actual customization, the development of the software as simple as possible to maintain its simplicity, meaning it's also not going to break. The more complex it gets, especially because it's browser-based and it's using APIs and integrations, then they have to keep it really stable. It's different than software you install on your computer. They have more control over that kind of, applications like Ecamm, vMix, OBS. They can do different things because they can control the environment of the application because of the way it works. When you're using a browser-based application, which is great and easy and simple, which is definitely a huge piece of StreamYard's strategy, you are dealing with some limitations. If Chrome comes out and makes massive changes, guess what? They have to respond. They have to make sure they update the code quickly to respond to any of those types of changes because they're relying on Chrome browsers, your internet, the APIs with the social media platforms, the API with the music, wherever the music's coming from. However, their cloud, their server where they're housing, when we upload images like videos and files like overlays, and if you upload music, all of that is stored on a server that StreamYard owns and has to pay for. And it has to be maintained. It has to be, what if there's an earthquake? Like there's special things that happen with all that stuff. And so when we start adding all these other things, it makes everything really complicated, which will increase the price of the platform overall, which they don't want to do. And they also want to just maintain its simplicity. So there are always going to be things that would be super, super cool, but that may never happen because it basically deviates from their overall strategy. So they have those three core pillars, but they are working on background music, so it doesn't mean that there's not a way that there might be some other sound effects that you would be able to incorporate as well. So certainly keep that feature request coming and let them know how you would use it, why you want it, and give them your use case for it, for sure. Okay, let me see. Oh, Billy, what is up? That's worth celebrating for sure. I'm going to give Billy a gong. Boom. I remember. So Billy, we have a lot of new people, lots of new subscribers. Billy's been around for a long time, and he's in part of our Facebook group. He came in and said he was going to read 24 books. He accomplished that today. That is so awesome. Billy, super, super cool. Definitely super cool. Okay, cool. Let me see if we have more questions from everybody. Got to give a shout out to Cynthia from Purgatory Paranormal of New York. She is here as well. If you have suggestions for StreamYard, go to streamyard.com/contact. So John, somebody else had a question. Cynthia, definitely go to you'll see a button, click it and fill out that form. That's a feature request form and also a place where you can provide feedback for sure. So definitely check it out. You want to make sure that you are able to get your feature requests in and your feedback for sure. So Crystal was jumping in and saying, we were talking about getting guest appearances for the Artist Haven. She said, don't be pushy, add value to their community first and lead with how you can serve their people. That is actually the last thing. The other thing I was going to say is don't just jump in and say, can I come on your show? Actually talk about how you would serve the audience, and also do it in a way that they know you know their audience exactly. So CK said the same thing, understand their audience and how you can serve their audience for sure. So definitely take that advice from our friends over there. What is up, Ava Lee? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Definitely excited to have you tuning in and joining us as well. Don Moody is also here. Hello, Don. Don is loves it. Better late than not at all. Totally agree. So it's exciting to have you here, Don, as well. So, okay. So SmackDown's responding. He says, I'm here. I'm involved in the outdoor industry, so it's easy for me to get guests and be on shows. Everything you said was spot on. Good. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Artist Haven, she said, we do a collaboration show every week too. I put an open invite to the show. On every show, we help creatives get comfortable in front of live camera. Perfect. So definitely super awesome. Definitely make sure you keep that open invite out there. I definitely think that, it goes back to serving in the community, serving in their comments. So if there's a particular show that you're like, I really would like to be on their show, then be involved, get in that community as much as possible. The thing I'll say about it is, and it's crazy because literally, it's tricky because I find sometimes I'm like, man, if I had more hours in the day, I would be watching more shows, because so many people that are here, like I try to check on shows and kind of tune in every once in a while. And if I catch you live, I try to jump in the comments. I definitely try to kind of poke around and check things out. But I also try to make sure that people that are super duper serving my community and helping, like for example, James Hicks, who's here, is one of my moderators, but he's a really good friend. But also he is super helpful. He's always helping in the comments. He answers questions in my Facebook community. So I try really hard to tune into James's shows. Same thing with Crystal Prophet. She and I are really good friends, but we're also like business buddies. She's on my show sometimes. I'm on her show sometimes. I try as much as possible to check in on her show. So find those few that you can to tune into regularly. It can be challenging because it can take a lot of time. And that is definitely one of those tricks, is as you're like, well, I'm supposed to serve the community. Like, holy crap, I'm already doing this. I'm doing this. I don't have 5 hours a week to go watch 5 different shows and type in comments. I totally get that. So you're going to have to try to find a way to do it, but it is one of those things that is going to help you and serve you in the long run. If you can find those shows where you're getting value to. Pay attention to the questions that are getting asked in the comments. Can you learn from those questions? Maybe it's, people are asking about this. I should go talk about that on my own show. So kind of find a way to make it mutually beneficial, meaning you're trying to obviously, get a presence going with the community, but at the same time, you get something out of that time that you're spending as well, because they may never say yes to have you on the show. So you want to make sure that time is serving you as well. That's kind of what I wanted to say about that for sure. Okay. Billy said he asked for the Wave 3 for Christmas. Fantastic. I love that. Okay. SmackDown says, one more thing about wanting to be a guest on someone's show is make sure their audience is right for you. No reason to waste your time chasing followers on a show if it's the wrong audience. Yeah, so I love that SmackDown, Crystal, and CK. By the way, I hope it's okay to just call you SmackDown. It's a lot shorter. They all said that. They all talked about the audience factor. And if somebody else may have said it in the comments as well, but literally, I'm not even kidding. This is such a key factor, because that is one of the reasons why I don't go on a lot of people's shows, because I will check their stuff out. I kind of I'm like, I just don't, their audience, they're all, corporate people. Probably not my fit. That's just really not who I'm working with right now. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't be able to go on their show and help those people, but do I really want to be attracting, corporate executives? Not really. I mean, I actually think corporate people should be using live streaming. I'm talking to my significant other, Doug, all the time about how he and his team should be using live streaming and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I do think there's value there, but I'm trying to kind of make sure that I'm still catering to the right kind of audience. These are creators, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people who are taking hobbies and trying to make businesses of them, people trying to quit the corporate 9-to-5, right? And so I definitely could go offer value, but it's not really good use of my time, right? And so you do have to be selective. I love what SmackDown said, like no reason to waste your time chasing followers on a show if it's the wrong audience. I totally agree with that. Couldn't agree with that anymore, for sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, so Rob is replacing the Blue Yeti. That's funny. I put it back in the closet. I have 2 Blue Yetis. I'm actually getting ready to sell those. I still think I'm going to keep the original Blue Yeti because it's like literally, I bought it in 2015 when I decided I'm going to launch a podcast. And I didn't launch a podcast until like 2019. But the funny thing is that microphone served me very well. The Blue Yeti gets a lot of bad publicity, but it's a great mic if you use it correctly. And it served me very well. And so I think I'm forever going to keep that microphone. But I have the black one too. I'll probably sell that one for sure. So Mike from Never Let the Machines Win is here as well. Good to see you, Mike, of course. Okay, let me check out, see if we have any last final questions before we sign off for today. Okay, yeah, so Artist Haven says, my overhead camera. I love all you creative people. I love the creatives, like the artists, the creatives, the jewelry people, the painters, the crafters. I love it because you guys literally, I love you because the software, the applications have come so far for these types of streamers. I don't need multiple cameras. For what I do and how I do it, the only argument I can make is that having that behind the scenes camera so I can show you my setup is probably really beneficial, right? But do I really need this other angle to just kind of make it interesting? Sure, I like it to make it interesting, but I don't need it. Crafters and artists, they need different camera angles, like to be able to talk and then actually show their hands as well. So anyway, I just love how these applications have served the creative world, the creators so much better. She said, my overhead camera is mounted to a cheap arm. Thanks, Five Below. Oh, nice. Okay, good to know. You can get because kids want to be like YouTubers, you can literally buy this stuff at almost every store. I mean, Walmart, Target, they all sell ring lights. They all sell LED lights. They're all selling this stuff because kids want it. Anyway, she said it's connected to a piece of PVC pipe screwed into my ceiling. I got a new arm so I can adjust it on the fly, but haven't installed it yet. I love it. I love it. Again, scrappy, but not crappy. You're my kind of girl. You're my kind of girl. I absolutely love that for sure. So that's really cool. Okay, so my whole studio is MacGyvered. MacGyver! She's a full believer in use what you have. I totally agree. Use what you have, then figure out what you want, and then upgrade later. So, right? Kendra is here. Kendra Morgan is watching as well. Kendra, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you live in the comments for a while. Another talented person, creative person using multiple cameras and things like that. So again, love seeing how you guys are using these different angles. And I love the way the applications are helping you create really, really, really cool streams for sure. So I'm going to do a super fun quick check-in really fast, by the way, because where were we at 9:08? I bet we're still at 9:08. We're at 9:10. So 2 people subscribed while we were live. I don't know who, one of those I think was earlier, Rob, up there. So yeah, we're on our way to 1,000, my friends, and you are all part of that journey. You are all part of my journey. And those of you that are past 1,000 subscribers, I know many of you, James, Crystal, Kendra, you as well, others, you know how this is. You know how this works. So super excited that we're on our way to 1,000 subs over on YouTube, which unlocks more features and is just like kind of like the next big milestone. So we're all here. I'm super thankful for all of you for being a part of that journey for sure. So including Kendra Morgan, who found a YouTube video about multiple cameras and then ended up becoming a subscriber. And so here we are. And that's the way that works. So keep creating content, keep getting out there. And also, connect with each other in the stuff as well. So I definitely love it. Okay, let me see. So I was talking earlier about trying to jump in, and he said, Mel jumped in the comments and I froze up. Don't ever freeze up if you see me in the comments. It's all good. I'm just there to hang out with you and support you, not to criticize or judge or anything at all. So for sure. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. So Kendra Morgan Official says, what is etiquette for hosting a guest speaker on a live stream? Would you put together a package where you offer a certain amount of compensation or pay a percentage of the viewer's video's revenue? This is a really, really, really good question. Okay, so Kendra, this is totally like a very much it depends kind of question and answer. And that is going to be your business, your strategy, your model. I personally think that it depends on what they're coming on to do. You know what I mean? I think it also depends on, is this a one-time thing? Are you trying to do this over and over? Are you benefiting from it? Now, so Kendra's channel is monetized. So she's earning money from her videos due to the ads that get watched on those videos, things like that. She probably has affiliate links that she's using as well, just in the nature of her business and her streams. It's makeup, if I'm not mistaken, right, Kendra? I think it's makeup and stuff like that. So, if she's going to be talking about a particular product line, she should definitely be using affiliate links to promote it. If she has a guest come on and they do this great show together and they're promoting things and Kendra's earning compensation from it, then should she share that compensation, right? Here's the way I see. I definitely do not like offering a percentage of revenue from a video because it's ongoing. Are you going to pay her like $8 a month until the video stops getting views? And then what if next year all of a sudden it takes off, and are you still going to have to keep paying her? That's like a reoccurring package. I would not recommend that. If you wanted to look at something that was like, okay, here, whatever revenue I earn in the first 30 days, I'm going to share, 10% of it with you. You could do something like that. That's certainly a way to do it. Personally, I think it just depends. If the person is coming on the show and you're allowing them to promote their own channel, them to promote some things, then you do not need to pay them. You know how we all watch, so if we watch the Today Show, for example, which there's other morning shows, and somebody comes on there and they talk about their new book, I guarantee the Today Show is not paying that author to come on and talk about their book. They're not paying them to come on the show and do a cooking thing. They're literally letting them come on the show to get them self-exposure. And sometimes, depending on who it is and how, they may pay for like a flight if that needs to happen, which anymore everyone just zooms in. But they may cover some costs, but they're probably not compensating them to have that guest appearance because they are benefiting from that exposure. And with a channel like yours, Kendra, where you do have a pretty good following, you are earning money, you do have good numbers, they're going to benefit. I can tell you right now, Luria Petrucci, I've never asked her for a penny to go on her show because I am benefiting from being on the show. I'm getting experience. I'm loving the opportunity to help her community. And I just know that it's helping me in the overall, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. I would never even ask because I'm getting massive value from that as well. If it's something else where somebody comes on and says, will you come teach a 60-minute masterclass to my community? Then I'm probably going to say, I'm going to look at the opportunity. Am I going to get some sort of exposure thing from it? If not, then I'm going to say, well, here's my fee for that. So I definitely think if someone approaches you and says they want to be paid, then you have to make a business decision, right? You make a business decision about whether or not that's what you're going to do. But also make sure that you're going to earn something from it because everything we spend needs to have a return on that investment. So that's all up to you. Now, as far as the etiquette piece, I think if you ask somebody to come on your show, I think you host it, you ask it in a way that's like, I'd love to have you in the show. My audience will love you. I'd love to have you come on and talk about blah, blah, blah. And then, we can also use it as an opportunity to promote your products, promote your stream, promote your YouTube channel. Find that way. And then if it turns into something and there's this massive, massive thing, then maybe you can offer some sort of like affiliate type of thing or whatnot. But again, this all comes down to your strategy, your business, your model, all that stuff. So it's a really tricky question for me to answer. I just wanted to kind of offer a little bit of, insights into it for sure. There are definitely paid opportunities out there all over. But it's just kind of one of those things. It just depends. So James said, put it by the lava lamps. The Yeti? I'll put the Yeti by the lava lamps. I'll think about that. Okay, so Gregory wants to know, what camera and lens do you use? My main camera right here is the Sony a6100, and I actually have another one right here. I am using the Sigma 16 millimeter f1.4. Now that is the contemporary lens for E-mounts. That 1.4 is why you see the blurry background. I love this lens because it has a great, with the Sony camera, they work really well together, really, really good autofocus, which is how I'm able to do certain things. Now, I did just also buy the Sony ZV-E10, which I will be installing here in the next couple days and probably streaming with next week. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Subscribe to the channel. I'll probably be doing a live setup of that as well. So that's the camera and lens I'm using. You guys are funny. I love hearing all of your scrappy setups. I love it. It's so cool. So cool. So what's up, Rich? Rich Graham is here as well, saying hello, giving us a wave. Good to see you over here. Okay. Yes, I'm on my way to it. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited about this. It's going to be great. Okay, good. Makeup channel. single eyeshadows, sunscreen, makeup brushes. Yeah. So a lot of that stuff. Definitely one of those things that I think that, so Crystal's agreeing. She says exposure would be the compensation. I really truly think that most people are going to feel the same way. Most people. Now, when you get into these situations where you're asking somebody to come on your stream and they have 100,000 subscribers or they're like a really big deal, they may have some different expectations, especially when your channel, depending on the size of your channel, right? Now, if they're coming on to do something and then promote something, that is their compensation as an opportunity to promote their program. I will say this, Kendra, if you pay someone to come on your channel, they should not promote a thing. They should not be allowed to promote a thing. No self-promotion whatsoever. You are compensating them. I feel pretty strongly about that. Now, there's, of course, exceptions to that. But for the most part, if you want someone to come on and you want to be promo free and all that, and they're helping you create great content that you're going to benefit from, but they aren't getting to do any kind of promotion, then it might be something you might want to do a gift card or, something, a nice gesture for their time that they came on. The last thing I'll say about that, Kendra's question, which was compensating people for coming on, is, do you have to do a lot of prep? Are you asking them to do something that's like that they had to do a ton of prep for and spend money themselves? That also is something you might want to think about, given that Kendra's in makeup, which is a disposable product, right? So, hey, if they come on and they use something and they do a demo and it's gone, they can't get that back, right? So I don't have anything like that. So I don't have anything where something gets used up and it's gone. So if somebody comes on to demo a product and literally they had to use the product for it to go away, I mean, the only thing that I ever do where I have anything on screen with me that goes away is my cocktail. I drink it and then it's gone and it's gone away. It's gone forever, right? But I'm benefiting from that, so it's all good. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. I mean, why not, right? So if any of you, obviously, if you're subscribed to the channel, then you maybe have seen me do sometimes when I do my little live hangouts work sessions, I will sometimes have a little cocktail. Like it's usually about 5 o'clock or something. I'll have a little cocktail while I work on some stuff. It's kind of fun. I don't know. People like it. It's fun. I can do what I want. I do what I want, right? We're self-employed. We get that flexibility to do what we want. And if people don't like it, they'll just unsubscribe and we'll be at 909 subscribers, right? So that's the way it works. Oh, for sure. Okay. Caleb has more to add to this as well. This is why I love you guys. I love it when you all start jumping in and helping each other, right? So Rob said the promotion and publicity would be great compensation for the guests. So Kendra, everybody's jumping in here, which I hope is helpful for you. Caleb says, I'm the director of a network of podcasts, and the only time we would think of paying a guest would be if it is just an expert coming in to give specific advice and they don't have their own platforms. Totally agree. So love that you added that insight. That's really, really helpful for sure. So, for sure. Yes. So the Sony a6100. But I would definitely if you're in the market for a camera, don't buy the Sony a6100 for basically dang near the same price, if not less. The Sony ZV-E10, not to be mistaken with, sorry, Crystal, the Sony ZV-1. The Sony ZV-E10 is the new camera to buy. The Sony ZV-1 is very similar, but this one is more powerful. It's better for streaming. You can hook up the Sigma lens to it, which will happen. That is the lens I'm using right here. So it is a pricey package, but you can start out it's literally like $700 for just the body, the camera only. It's $800 if you get the kit lens, which is a really good lens. And if you're going to be using this camera for photography as well or doing other things, you might want to get that kit lens. But if you want this blurred background, which, by the way, the ZV-E10 also has a setting that blurs your background. I have not tried it or tested it, just so you know. I have not tried it or tested it. So we're going to be checking all those things out. But the kit lens may be just fine for you. If you absolutely know that you want this Sigma lens, then buy the body only and buy this lens. This lens, I got it for it's expensive. This lens is expensive. Okay. So it's you're going to be looking at another $350, $400 for that lens when it's not on sale. So the ZV-E10, is it ZV-10E? No, ZV-E10. ZV-E10. Don't be confusing by CK. That's the camera you want for shizzle. I was one of the new subs. Rich! Yes. Fantastic. Love it. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're on our way to 1,000. Welcome to Mel Squad. Typical Tyreek. I love when you're here. I love when typical Tyreek is here for sure. Okay. My friends. Okay. Cocktails at noon. Not today. Dang it. It's 2:30 my time. It's only 11:30 James's time. He won't be going to the gym later if he starts drinking now. Okay, so in other words, buy Mel a bottle of her favorite beverage for constructing cocktails. Tito's is the current one, right? Tito's is definitely one of those. So, okay, let me see. I wanted to... This is funny. I'm laughing at you guys. Just coming in with the daggers after my camera. Crystal, you didn't ask me what camera you should get. You just went and got one. You know, if you would have asked me, I'm just saying, right? It's funny. Okay. So, this is good stuff. You guys are great. I definitely am, the only thing better than Mel dancing is 2 Mels dancing. I might just have to create one where I have me all over dancing all around the perimeter. Really, seriously. Also, yeah, Tito's not a sponsor. Totally true. By the way, everybody, I'm a little bit behind on content. I'm getting ready to, so also today it came out, hold the phone. So y'all know that I obviously am a Streamyard partner. I'm a person over there. There it is. Oh my gosh. Y'all. My first Canva video. I'm a Streamyard partner, but I also create content for them. I'm the host of their Ask Streamyard show. I'm also their host of their virtual summits, which the next one's coming up in January. But I'm also a kind of a behind the scenes kind of consultant with them too. So there's a lot of stuff I'm doing with them. But I'm also getting ready to start creating videos for Canva. So go subscribe to the Canva YouTube channel. They are starting to create tons of content. They're doing these like webinar trainings, but they're also starting to unleash all these awesome trainings. And today, my first video just dropped today, yesterday. And you all probably already know how to do it, but it's how do you make overlays with Canva. You all know how to do that already, right? But there's new stuff coming out. But anyway, super excited about that, that video that dropped over there. But I will say this, I definitely was going somewhere with this and I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. I was backing up. Okay, so literally, I'm behind on content, but I'm getting ready to create a series of tutorials. I actually have a list somewhere. I'm going to show you how to do a border around you in Canva. So you see that in a lot of the thumbnails. There's a new way to do that that's actually super, super easy. And then I'm also going to be working on some tutorials for StreamYard stuff because StreamYard's come out with a ton of new stuff. So I'm like, I need to update my people on what's going on, tutorials on how to use these things. I am also 100% going to do the tutorial for how to use OBS Virtual Camera with StreamYard. Okay, which would work if you have OBS, if your computer's powerful enough, so that you can do things like the countdown timers, the transparent countdown timers, and of course, use your Stream Deck to switch cameras. I know a lot of you are using multiple cameras, and many of you are using the whole, I'm going to enter StreamYard twice with a different browser window and have a different camera. If you are interested in a different way, like the way I do it, which doesn't give you any of the audio challenges, then I'm working on that tutorial as well. But I just wanted to let you all know that I'm behind on content, but it's coming. Lots of cool content. The other thing that I have recently discovered that I am going to be exploring is Wave Video. Now, Wave Video has been around for a while, but they have some pretty slick features, and one of which, if I'm not mistaken, I need to tinker some more, the whole GIF thing, right? My little animated GIF, this is literally a GIF file. It's a transparent GIF file. I did this, and I have a tutorial on StreamYard's channel about how I did these. This is also, I feel like, what put me on the map. I think I became the GIF girl. But anyway, this right here is kind of a pain in the butt to make. But I think with Wave Video, it's going to be easier. So I am actually also exploring a new application. Well, it's new to me. It's been around for a while, but Wave Video. So anyway, just be on the lookout. Lots of cool stuff coming. I'm going to definitely be doing some tutorials for y'all on how to do some of those things, because I really do think that y'all are there. You're ready to take things to the next level. You're excited about it. And I definitely want I absolutely want to support you, but I'm like, I think so many of you are like, okay, I'm ready to do some new things. So hopefully I can work on some of these level up style videos. Yeah. So Purgatory Paranormal of New York says, yes, and unscreen is expensive. It is. Now there's a couple of other, so there's a couple apps. I'm all about being scrappy, right? Because I want to keep it cheap. I am a supporter in investing in things as long as it's going to work for you, right? And you'll use it over and over and over again. But somebody like Cynthia, she's like, I might use it twice. So yeah, totally get that. But I'm definitely going to be working on a new tutorial for y'all so that you can do that. And I know, Cynthia, the multiple camera thing, many of you, Kendra, I know a lot of you actually are super, super stoked and interested in the whole multiple camera thing. But as Crystal says, you definitely need a little bit, you can't be using like a Chromebook or a little simple, a little laptop computer. You have to have a computer that's fairly powerful because OBS does require some resources to use it. It worked fine on my old computer. It works great on my new computer. I bought a Dell G5. It's an awesome computer. It's basically like a gaming computer. But anyway, just that's my only caveat to that is you can't be using that if you have kind of a, one of those things, right? For my GIF, what image quality is the video of yourself? So here's one thing I'll tell you. Here's the tricky part about that. So you can't use a super high-end video because your GIF is going to be too big. StreamYard supports these GIFs as overlays as long as they're 3 megabytes or less. And you can also use animated GIFs, by the way, as backgrounds. So you can use a background a GIF if you want that animated background, but it's got to be pretty low frames per second. What I love about Wave Video is it lets you change the frames per second. So if you go create something and you export it and it's like 4 megabytes, you're like, crap, you can actually go lower the frames per second and it will lower that quality of that file a little bit. So the video down here that you see is fairly low quality because it needs to remain under that 3 megabyte file size. So that's kind of how it is. If you're using OBS, you could do the same thing over in OBS, but that is literally going to be a better quality. So this one, for example, that file right here that's in OBS. This overlay you see is actually in OBS. And so that's the reason is because I wanted to program a button, which is a multi-function button in the Stream Deck that plays a sound effect, which is that song you heard that I muted, and then also this overlay. And all I have to do is go back to my other button that changes the scene. So all this stuff is the kind of thing that, I want to be doing and that I'm going to be trying so desperately to get more content on, right? So I definitely want to be creating more videos, more tutorials for you guys because you guys are there. You're like, I want to level up. So let's level up, right? Let's do it. So as CK said, be on the lookout. That's right. That is right. Okay, so let me see here. Before I sign off, definitely want to check everybody out here. Crystal's like, can you just come down to Houston and just do it for me? I would, Crystal. But I will get on a Zoom with you and do it with you. How about that? Let me see here. Oh, good point. So CK is also saying dual monitors helps if you ever plan on showing your desktop. She's absolutely right. I do agree with 2 monitors no matter what. Now, Kendra says, what about a gaming laptop? Yeah, so a gaming laptop is probably also going to work. So many of the gaming laptops, they can be really powerful. What I always hear people say is dedicated graphics card is huge. You want 16, no less than total 16 megabytes of RAM. I probably got that stat wrong. Is it megabytes of RAM or whatever? The RAM is a big piece of it. The problem with gaming laptops are they typically run higher cost. So a gaming laptop that is as powerful as my PC probably would have cost more, would have cost like $500 more than I spent on that. And that was about my Dell G5. I think I spent about $1,500 on it, if I'm not mistaken. And then of course you have to get the monitors to go with it. So you have all that. So you are going to have some extra cost, but for my streaming setup, as you can see here, that's what I want. I work on this computer. I do file work on this computer. I stream with this computer. It is on this desk. But if you need a computer that you can take with you because you need it to be dual purpose, right? Gigabytes of RAM. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Oh, megabytes, gigabytes. Yeah, it's gigabytes. Okay, cool. Yeah, so CK goes big or go home. She's like 32. That's a lot. 16 is the bare minimum from what I've been told, but you want to get as much as possible. Okay. I feel like mine has 16, but then my graphics card has 8. And it seems to do really well. So there you go. But yeah, so if Kendra, if you need to be on the go because you're like, well, I take my laptop to meetings, I go places, or one day I'm streaming in this room, the next day I'm streaming over in this room, then you might need to invest in a mobile streaming setup, which would be, of course, a laptop computer. The other thing you might want to check out, if you're not a PC person, would be one of those Mac Minis. So a lot of people are loving those M1 Mac Minis. Again, I'm not a Mac person. I may have gotten that wrong, but the M1 Mac Mini, people are loving those things. And they are small and they are for sure. So Billy got a gaming laptop. I remember when Billy got that gaming laptop and he said, it's the bomb.com. Well, good. I'm glad it's working out for you for sure. So, okay, my friends, it is now 20 till 3 and I have a meeting at 3. So I actually do have to go today, unfortunately, but I love this stream. You all were great. You hung out with me. You definitely came in. We had some fun today. We talked about a lot of fun stuff. And before I go, I just wanted to say that I will tell you this thing happening right here, that thing happening right there is because of live video. I am getting asked to go speak at Luria Summit, but it's because I've been showing up consistently and I've been using live video to do that. I would not be a part of this amazing lineup of speakers, some of which I know, some of which I don't know at all, some of which I am literally like fangirling over, like Harris Heller. Hello. I love Harris Heller. I've learned he's the top on the right, the blonde guy with the camera in his face. Love him. And then, of course, you got my girl, Amy Porterfield, who I absolutely adore. She's amazing. She was on my podcast as well. And she's just incredible. Roberto Blake down there in the lower right-hand corner. You got Michael Stelzner down there in the lower left-hand corner. Renee Ritchie right next to me. You got Stephanie Liu. You got so many people. And I'm just so honored to be a part of this. And it's because of me showing up consistently, me putting myself out there, that I was given this opportunity. And so I want you to have that same version for you. This is what I want to do. I want to speak on stages. I want to help people. I want to go to conferences. I want to mingle around the room. I want to help people learn, make good choices about applications and things and strategies. And I want to do all that. And I want to do it in the greatest way that I can. And I want to do it while I can entertain at the same time. And what better way than to be on camera or on stage or something like that. And so I'm finally starting to see some of those results from putting in that effort of being consistent and going live. So I want to see you guys doing the same thing. Think about beyond the subscriptions, beyond the affiliate revenue, beyond the ad revenue you're getting from people seeing your videos. Those things are great. They do work. But what other impacts can you make? What other appearances can you get? How else can you find more audience members? Going live, doing stuff, right? And this summit is all about helping you expand that reach, but be strategic. Have a business. Have live video serve your business. Have video serve your business. Helps you align this up. Build strategy that's going to create action in your life and in your business so you can have a better one. So I'm very excited about this summit. Again, the registration link is up in the description. It's up in the description of this. The 40% off sale ends tonight. So you can go to this virtual summit. It's 3 days and you get all access and everything, but it's literally 40% off until tonight. So definitely if you're interested in that, snag it. That is my affiliate link up in the description. And of course, I appreciate if you do sign up through that link because it does support me and all of my goals as well. So I certainly appreciate all of y'all being here. But again, this has been awesome. Thank you for the help. Where are we now? Let's give a live check on the YouTube subscription. We are at, we're still at 910. We made progress. You guys, I was at like 898 or 896, like before I went to bed. So things are happening. This is so fun. We're on our way to 1,000. You're all part of that. I appreciate you all so much for being a part of that journey with me. And I definitely love you all for it, for sure. So if you're just not tuning in, go catch the replay. We had a lot of fun. We talked about a lot of cool things. So definitely gonna do that real fast. So Caleb, you cannot, as of right now, you can't export a transparent GIF out of Canva, but you can in Wave Video. You can in Kapwing, although it's full of bugs, but you can in Wave Video. So definitely you have to have another application, but we're definitely going to be having some fun with that. So, all right, everybody have a great day. I'll be talking to you next week. Again, Tuesday. I'll see you then. If I don't see you before, I probably will because I'm going to be setting this thing up. We're going to be having some fun with that. So, all right, everybody, go have a great day and go be awesome.